Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Aitken, and on this show each week we try to find a single element of a race that might ultimately decide the result. And the first race we're going to look at for Sha Tin on Sunday is race 6, and the winning factor here, the gear change. And specifically the gear change is blinkers. As we look down the field for this race, quite unusual to see so many horses getting a blinker change. Cordyceps, Energetic Class, High Rev, Joyful Contender, Victorious Leader, Happy Force all have blinkers going on, and you can even throw in Smart Rocket as he has cheek pieces going on. So that's half the field with a change to their headgear, and horses are quite reactive to changes to their headgear, as you'd imagine. The idea of blinkers is that it cuts out their peripheral vision. They can't see to the sides and they have to look straight ahead and concentrate on what is straight ahead. The idea being that they will be more focused. That's the theory, and it can happen that way in practice. We can also get adverse reactions to blinkers as well. Sometimes horses miss the start when they have blinkers for the first time, and other horses, well, their flight instinct comes to the fore. They can't see around them, so they just want to run as fast as they can to get away. And we'll show you an example of that last season with Gracious Rider. Now, Gracious Rider, he did eventually adapt to blinkers, but his first run in them, he over-raced very fiercely, just wanted to get it all over with. And then we're going to show you this race. This is the second time in blinkers for Gracious Rider, and this time he just charges away in the lead, gives himself very little chance, running himself into the ground. So they're the adverse reactions, and so it's a swings and roundabouts kind of thing with blinkers, but they are often tried on horses that are a little bit green or a little bit erratic, and I think a horse like Cordyceps is going to really take to the blinkers on Sunday. We're going to have a look at Cordyceps' career to date and see why he might need the blinkers. Now, his first start in a race, we go back to last season in race 698. And there wasn't a lot expected here. He was almost 100 to 1 in this race, but Cordyceps was a terrific run after being forced to sit very wide in midfield. And I want you to watch him coming down the home straight as he wants to run around, run erratically for Derek Lung before he gets up for third. He's lost his way as soon as he gets out into the open spaces here and runs in towards the other horses. Next, we're going to look at race 782 from last season. And after that good first start, Cordyceps was sent out favourite from an inside draw with Joe Moreira next time, and he got most things right and did a good job to give a start and a beating to King Opie, who we've already seen win 2 races this season, so he's no slouch. Now, Cordyceps showed no signs of running about when he got up to the leader there, but in fact that wasn't the leader. There was a riderless horse several lengths in front of them, and I think that might have helped Cordyceps to concentrate as he still thought he had a horse in front of him to follow and run down. Now, this season he resumed in race 57, and this time Cordyceps again showed signs of greenness. We'll see Responsibly pushing him along hard at different parts of the race just to hold a position in the field. And he grinds away at the finish for 6th in a race where the sectional times were exceptional. So you shouldn't hold it against him that he wasn't able to make up the ground to be in the finish. It was still an excellent performance. But I thought it was the closing stages of race 113 that really confirmed Cordyceps is a horse looking for blinkers, and he gets them on Sunday. Now, you'll see him here. He's 3 wide in the middle of the field with Matthew Poon aboard, and he has a pretty tough run throughout this event before sliding up outside the leaders. Now, it looked like that tough run was going to take its toll and he was going to drop out. But look what happens with Cordyceps when a couple of horses come up beside him. He almost looks like he's waiting for company there, Cordyceps, and when Bellagio comes up to his outside, he kicks on to race that horse, and then we'll see him much later in the race, right near the winning post. He's still floating around in the open air until Happy Sebring goes up on his inside and Absolute Cool down the outside, and then he picks up again and chases them and gets into third. Now, for a horse that looked like he was going to drop out, that was a pretty good effort, and I think that his concentration was wavering every time he was in the open. So in race 6, the tip is Cordyceps. I think he'll benefit greatly from the blinkers going on. Of course, there are quite a few others in the race with blinkers going on, so that might help them too. But I think he really looks like a horse who has had a little bit of experience now, enough to say that he'll cope with the blinkers going on, and I think he's going to be very tough to beat on Sunday. Well, that's it for the winning factor. Good luck on Sunday. See you again next time.